Hi, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tawhid from World Academy, and we will be starting the orientation for CPMS, Certified Project Management Specialist. Just give me a moment. Nazmul, should I start?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. All right. So we are World Academy for Research and Development, and we are a UK-based organization. And we are registered under the UK government as a learner provider. This is our UKRLP number. We are also ISO certified. You can see on the screen that there are 4 certifications we have: 21,001, 17,024, 30,414, and 40,108. So basically, our global impact that we have as an institution is that we have so far covered about 65 plus countries and offering about 200 plus programs, that is both academic and certified programs. Till now, about 30,000 professionals has completed the program from World Academy over these 65 countries. We have a good pool of 132 instructors across from 14 countries. 30% of our alumni are C-suite holders, and the completion rate, I would say it's about 95%, which is a good rate for the first attempt. Now, why would you choose World Academy? Well, the first reason is that we are one of the largest professional certification institution based in UK. All of our credentials or certifications are globally accepted. We are offering a very affordable fee along with payment plans to make it convenient. We have wide range of programs covering almost all professional areas like HR, supply chain, project management, accounting, finance, environment, health and safety, auditing, and etc. We have about 150 plus certified programs, 30 plus master's level programs, 40 plus diploma level programs. We have a very user-friendly learning management system, which anyone who has already enrolled, they are probably having the access to that learning management system. So it's a very user-friendly platform where you can be able to access your materials, give the exams, etc., etc. And also we provide credential digital badges through credly.com. Credly.com is basically a very big concern of Pearson education. I'm sure whoever reads the business books, the producers are Pearson, and from that platform, the credly.com is a concern. Now, the global affiliation that we have as an institution is by NQual. It's an accredited institute by NQual, which is regulated by Ofqual, which is the awarding body. We are an approved center by Cambridge Academy of Professionals UK, approved center of Profqual UK, approved center by the Board of HR Certification UK. We are a very proud provider of HRCI, SHRM, and ATT, those who are related to HR fields or have a bit awareness about it. HRCI, SHRM are the #1 HR institutions globally. And a couple of our programs are also academically aligned with SHR. We have been partnering with the Institute of KPI Specialist and Business English, Academy of Business English and Communication. And recently we had an accreditation with the NPMA UK. So as an institution, our mission for the 2030 is to become the #1 professional certificate institution and have over coverage in 100 countries. So that's the mission that we are targeting. Hopefully the pace that we are getting, hopefully we will try to reach it before 2030. So in 2025, we have done some graduation ceremonies, as I can say, in Kenya. with all our professional graduates from that region and around, which was followed by a summit. It was called Global Professional Summit. Then we had another session in Uganda, which was also a graduation ceremony. And these are some of the moments that have been captured, which was later followed by a summit again, which was called as International People's Summit. And finally, the third event that we had in Tanzania, there was a very grand event of graduation ceremony. And also it was followed by a Global Professional Summit 2025. So the reason we all are here is because of the Certified Project Management Specialist, which is validated and quality assured by Cambridge Academy of Professionals, UK. It is being recognized by the International Authority for Project Management Certification, IAPMC. And this is the digital badge that you will be getting upon successful completion of this program. On the screen, you are seeing is the sample certificate and the transcript. So it's on the left is the certificate and the right is the transcript. So the success story is so far we have completed about 11 batches. This will be the 12th batch who has already joined and who will be joining in coming days. For them, 323 plus professionals have already completed the CPMS program, and that's across 26 plus countries. These are some of the companies that our participants have been working in. So the feature of this program is that you will have to attend this for the 4 months. It's a duration. And all these sessions will be conducted on Zoom app. As we are having this orientation, it's going to be in the same format. It's going to be in the same time. So the classes will be on Sundays and it's going to be from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. GMT. All the books and the materials is free, so which will be available on your portal. And you can also have the opportunity to interact through the learning management system. The CPMS program that World Academy is offering is very much job-oriented learning. It focuses on competency framework, which you will be getting exposed to as you do all these sessions. We have professionals, PMP professionals, who will be taking the classes. Extensive practices during the courses will be conducted. There will be some simulation exercises. And of course, it will be equipped with some tools and formats for your convenience that you can use it in your practical work. As I've said, it's going to be an online session. And of course, the global resources is that we have trainers from across a couple of countries. So there will be a mix of trainers conducting this program. Looking into the portfolio of this program, well, we have 12 practical focused modules that we will be covering in the span of 4 months. About 48 competencies we will be targeting and 48 learning objectives. About 100 guided questions will be given throughout this program. 10 case studies and 10 group activities will be done. So this is how we will be keeping the class more interactive. Now, the course administration. So let's start with the class management. As I've said, total 12 modules we will cover within 10 sessions. So probably 2 of the sessions will cover 2 modules at the same time. So that's how we'll be having 10 sessions, means 10 Sundays. Each session is about 2 hours. And 2 hours into 10 is 20 hours of training sessions will be conducted throughout the program. There will be review and question answer session. Class recording will be provided. Opportunities to attend the makeup exam is free. That means the assessment part, we will talk about it. The first assessment that you attend, if you don't do well, you can go for a makeup exam, and that makeup exam is free. And the class materials is usually shared after the class has been conducted. So today, for example, if you have a class, once it's covered, then we will share the materials within the next 24 hours. The class management also includes the exam, and the class notifications will be shared on a WhatsApp group. So those who have or will be enrolling in this program, they will be added to a closed group in WhatsApp where they will get all the exams and class notifications. There will be situations where the trainer might face some emergencies. There might be some natural calamities, so we might have to postpone some of the sessions. So as a result, there may be the sequence of the module may not be continued. But there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about in a sense that nothing is prerequisite to anything. So everything is individual, so it's not going to be a problem. Class may not be conducted in sequence, as I've said. All materials will be shared through learning management system, which is the study portal. And of course, whenever you attend these sessions, we request everyone to rename themselves so that we can identify who is attending. We will have a host for every session who will be taking the attendance as record. So try to use your full name when you join these sessions. Coming down to the assessment part, well, the assessment part includes the final exam. And this final exam will happen after all the classes are conducted. And the final exam in a format is there will be 50 MCQs. Each MCQ is 2 marks. So that's a total of 100 marks allocated for the final exam. The duration for the final exam is 60 minutes. It will all be conducted online. You will be guided through that process. And to qualify individually in this exam, you have to make sure that you are getting 70 and above. Now, the other part of the assessment is the assignment. Now, the assignment, well, you can see that there's one pre-course assignment, and under that, it's written for learning purpose. So whoever is joining this program, they will have to submit the pre-course assignment in the beginning. There's nothing to worry about. This is just for learning purpose, so we won't be grading. Whatever knowledge you have at the moment, you just pour it out in that paper and then submit it on the portal. The second part that you can see is 3 class-based assignments. So these assignments are each 100 marks. So these are going to be marked. And each assignment requires you to complete and pass with 70% and above. So out of 100, you have to make sure that you get 70 and above for each of the assignments. And the final assignment part is the capstone project, which weighs 300 marks, and you have to make sure that you are getting 70%. So as you can observe that the assessment qualifying mark is 70 and above for all the areas of assessment. Yes, the capstone project will be checked for plagiarism and AI detection. If there is any plagiarism or AI detection above 25%, you will have to resubmit the capstone project. Now, to put a glimpse of what we have talked about regarding the assessment part, you can see that the pre-course assignment over here, there's one, but there's no marks as this is only for learning purpose. The in-course assignment, there are 3 assignments, each 100 marks. So that's 300 marks allocated. Have to qualify in each of them with 70%. The final exam is there's only one. And the final assignment, which is the capstone project, it is 300 marks, and which also requires 70 and above. And the final exam is 100 marks, which is the completely based on multiple choice questions. You have to qualify that for 70 and above. Certification, well, upon successful completion of all the assessment part, that means the assignments, the exams, and the grades have been published, and when a combined grade have been published on the portal, from that day onwards, it will take about 5 to 7 days to produce the electronic certificate and the digital badge as well. And the printed certificate that we will be providing, it's usually 4 times we distribute the certificates in a year. So whichever slot is nearest to the completion of this particular batch, we will send the certificate through that slot. All the updates will be given in that closed WhatsApp group regarding when you will be delivering, when the certificate will be delivered, so on and so forth. So just to give you an overview of what's going to happen throughout this program, you're going to be doing after you enroll in this program, you're going to do is the pre-course assignment and just submit on the portal, then attend the regular sessions, attend all the in-course activities, make sure that you do not miss these. Of course, be attentive, attentive in all the sessions. It's going to be very helpful for you. There will be the assignments and the exam that you need to attend. And finally, the post-completion part is phase 4, which we refer to the online badges, e-certification, and printed certificates. So that is all from my part. I would
much for allowing me to share this. So, my dear friends, as we heard, so we will have 12 modules and 10 sessions. So let's go through. So the certified project management specialist. Before that, I would like to be very happy to introduce myself. My name is Mohammad Rizwanul Haq Khan. I'm a certified project management professional. And I do practice project management and development sector at home and abroad. So currently, I have been working for Bangladesh government, supporting them to implement a $50 million project in Bangladesh. And we are supporting from Bloomberg on behalf of Bloomberg Philanthropies. Many of you may know it. Ministry of Women and Children Affairs implement this project in Bangladesh in 16 districts. So I have been in this sector for last 20 years, and it is my passion to facilitate courses for project management. So congratulations and welcome to our, project management learning world. As it is a certified project management specialist, so I'm sure you have all the way background on project management and you have been working on this. So, well, we already have some sort of introduction on program. Apart from this, I would like to say, my dear friend, in a different way. So if I ask you, who are you? Your answer will be different. I'm John, I'm Johnny, I'm Mr. That, I work for this, I work for that, I'm a manager, I'm a teacher, I'm a government officer, I'm an M&E specialist, blah, blah, blah. But apart from this, if you say, what do you do? I do job. But what kind of job? It's a government job, it's M&E, it's cooking, it's teaching, blah, blah, blah. But my dear friend, everything has 5 characteristics: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and closing. So you initiate, you plan, you execute, and you finish, you close. So you do monitor during initiation, you do monitor during planning, you do monitor during execution, and you do monitor during closing. So project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create unique product, service, and result. So in that case, you all are project manager. We all are project manager. So that's the reason the certified project management specialist course is designed to equip you professionals with the essential skills and knowledge required to effectively and efficiently implement or manage your program from initiation to completion, my dear friend. So this is the main objective. So this course was designed to facilitate with you who are professionals. So if I go for the breakdown, the planning, scheduling, budgeting, quality control, strategic alignment, blah, blah, blah. There are three main constraints in the project management that we are going to disclose with the solution in front of you. What is this? That is scope management, and then the schedule management, and the budget management. How it is, constraint. So, my dear friend, for this, so you are going to do 20 activities. There is a scope. Against the 20 activities, you are counting your time, how much time you need. That is the total of this time is schedule. And against the 20 activities, you are going to estimate your budget or money. So the total summation of your money is the budget. So constant is that it has overlap relationship. If you increase your scope, your schedule will be increased and your budget will be increased. So if one is affected, two other will be affected as well. These will be disclosed with the solution before you, as if you can be one of the very, very professional project manager. So the course aligns with the globally recognized project management framework already that we are designing according to PMI standard, the global gold standard, as if you can be a global gold standard professional. So apart from this, the objective of this course already we discussed some of the things. So comprehensive project management plan you will be able to do. Scope, schedule, and budget we discussed. So you can apply strategic project management approaches to align projects with organizational goals that you work for. So you can be able to identify, assess, and mitigate project risks using structured risk management framework of the project management ecosystem. So you can improve project performance through effective monitoring and evaluation techniques. So you are a project manager, you are also you have all the heads to do for the project. And effectively manage project resources, including human, financial, and material resources, because you will be the leader of managing the conflict as well as team. So you will be master of communication and coordinate collaborative leadership with all stakeholders and teams. So definitely your skills will be developed in project proposal writing and secure project funding for your organization as well. Because project management will teach you all the way of what is, project ecosystem, how the project was built, the narrative was established, and of course the project charter and the detail. So apply international project management practices to manage cross-border project, definitely. So that nowadays I have been doing, and enhance leadership and problem-solving skills to navigate complex project challenges and any problem or issues that will be arise during your project management leadership. So learning outcomes, you can guess what will be the learning outcome, because we already discussed the input. Here is the input. So if we go for the monitoring ecosystem, so introduce the program and objectives. So what will be the outcome? Let's discuss. So you will be an expert of project management with all the equipment, such as all the principles and methodologies of the project management ecosystem. So this is the main outcome that I understand. So you'll be capable to creating and executing detailed project plans aligned with organizational goals. So this is very important, my dear friend, because we work for our organizations and assess project risk and implement effective mitigation strategy. So, and you will be the troubleshooter and master of solution. Apply cost management techniques to deliver project with budget. Develop effective communication strategies to engage stakeholder and resolve conflicts. My dear friend, as a project manager, 90% of your time you do communication. You do communication. You do communication with your senior management. You do communication with your peer colleagues, and you do communication with your junior management, the people who work with you. And it has two dimensions, my dear friend. There are two dimensions, internal and external. An internal senior, internal peer colleagues, internal junior. External senior, any organization, even the government, your same category is colleague and the junior. So you do your 90% time the communication, and you will be the master of communication through this course. So you will manage procurement, supply chain, and other things. You will not be expert on this supply chain and procurement, but you will be master of this. You will have some sort of managerial knowledge on this. So monitoring and evaluation project performance to ensure successful delivery. Implement international project management practices and global practices that we also sometimes will compare, and because we will have all the time global gold standard content. And close project effectively. It is very important that PCR, project conclusion, closer report, are also the things that very important. Most of the project manager do not do how to handle this. So concluding errors, audits, and preparing final report for your sponsor or for your organization. So the modules are here. So my dear friend, project management basics. It is very important. We have to know the basic. The module 2 deals with the project management approaches. How many approaches we have internationally to manage the projects? So maybe many of you heard nowadays frequently the agile project management approach. The world is becoming agile and adaptive. So that's why we are also introducing agile project into our project management. So modules is very interesting. Proposal writing and fund management. My dear friend, this is the hardest thing of the project management. So based on the learning you created with the ecosystem of your monitoring and evaluation and the lessons learned, you are going to apply to create more funds for further. So this is the expertise of drafting proposal with the lessons learned from the present project and creating fund and creating program or developing program future. So it is one of the expertise work for your own organization. Many people do not have. And the project scope management, how many things you are going to do under your project. And then planning a schedule, the things you listed to do for your project, now calculate and estimate times against that. It will sum up with your schedule. And the cost that I discussed a bit earlier, the cost you are going to estimate in monetary estimation against all the activities you fix to do under your project scope. And these three has overlap relationship, and it called triple constraint. And then of course you will be one of the manager of procurement, because you have to manage the high level procurement, not in detail. So all the management of procurement, bidding, and other things, develop some content, and as if you can seek the proper and expertise help from your procurement department that program needs. And then definitely communications and resource management with the module number 8. So people say communication is very easy, but I think communication is the toughest things for a human being to manage any kind of project, personal project, family project, or professional project. And then monitoring, evaluation, and quality management. So my dear friend, quality is a must to implement your project effectively and efficiently. And monitoring and evaluation will provide you the baseline information whether you are on the track or not, whether your project is derailed or on the rail, as if you can reschedule or refine your project for rest of the time, and this information is coming from the monitoring and assessment. Of course, everything has a risk, and module number 10 will detail with this. So if you can minimize the risk, you are really the top of the quality and effective and efficient implementer. So we will have the detail, qualitative, quantitative, risk management, what is risk and what is issue, difference between risk and issue, when risk happen, what is the responsibility of the project manager and any team member of your project to free your project from risk and implement effectively and efficiently. And then international project management, my dear friend. So what is the global practice of project management? If one project is going to be implemented into 2 countries, 3 countries related, so how you will manage international culture, project management, team and others, communication, all will be applicable with the intensive knowledge with the international project management ecosystem. And of course, you have to close the project because you are the project manager. And before that, you have to have an audit. And of course, after audit, you have to have a total report of closure and you have to submit it to your sponsor or stakeholder who require it. And based on your closure performance audit and well documented reported, it will depend that this donor or sponsor is going to work with you again or not. So this is one of the high kind of expertise of a project manager. So these are some, introduction with the basics. So if we go for the basic project management, how it will be, consist and design. So the key concept of terminology and the principles. So we will, identify the phases in different project life cycle, recognize the role and responsibility with the project management team under the project manager leadership, learn the fundamental tools and techniques for project management and competencies, knowledge of project fundamentals, basic planning and organizing skills. My dear friend, I'm not going to read line by line because you are the professionals. So I'm just trying to summarize. An effective communication with the project context, my dear friend. Every discipline has a dictionary. So even the project managers also should have a dictionary with the word or any kind of sentences that is multiple use in the project management ecosystem. Problem solving in early project phases that will reduce your risk as well. So if we go for module 2, so how does it cover? So management approach, understanding different, it will explore the various methodology and the approaches to the project management. So my dear friend, how many, types of project management? Waterfall, hybrid, agile, and the another name is waterfall, is predictive. And let's say, if we divide it into two, the predictive and adaptive and hybrid. So what is predictive? That we can predict well. We'll do plan and go for this implementing the plan. Adaptive, we are going to adapt all the things that is under agile. And what is hybrid? Let's use some methodology or life cycle from the agile and use the waterfall or predictive, then it will be a hybrid model. So we will learn all the things and different project management methodologies, approaches, pros and cons, all the approaches, and what are the influencing methodology in the project management and the worldwide international practice. Develop a strategic approach to select methodologies, definitely we will learn, and competencies. So definitely adaptive environment, we will learn, we will have this competency. Strategic thinking in the methodology application is very important. Analytical skills to assess project need and methodology specific knowledge, agile, waterfall, hybrid. Waterfall, and the name of waterfall is the predictive. So then the module 3 will cover the proposal writing and fund management. Is one of the interesting things, a very difficult task. So definitely, my dear friend, without having fund, you cannot do anything. Your project management role will not be valid until and unless you have the fund for next project. So focus on early stage of project planning. Module teaches that how to create completion project proposal and effectively manage funding for further project. How to prepare a project charter internationally. What is the global standard preparing a project charter? What are the components that will cover under a project charter? We will learn and how to draft a project proposal. What are the fundamental elements that we are going to include in the project, how for this proposal, how you are going to design the budget, how you are going to do the scoping, huh? So skills, fund allocation, and tracking, of course, gain insight into stakeholder funding interest, whether you and how you will grow, interest in the donor community to invest in your project. The business development is not very easy. So proposal writing skills and documentation we will have. Financial planning and budgeting is very, very important. And fund management and allocation skills we will have. Stakeholder relationship management, it is also very, very important during your project implementation. At the same time, to hunt donor for your further project. So module 4 is going to cover how we will prepare our scope for our project. So what are the things we are going to do? How we will, what is the work breakdown structure for our project? What are the big things we are going to do? What are the small things and the big things we are going to do? And we will go down before we can manage a manageable chunk of task. So this is how we will manage our scope. And very clearly and concisely, we will define our scope and we will approve this. That will be scope baseline. And we have to understand the importance of the scope in the project planning. And of course, how scopes are changing and what the tools and techniques we will use to approve these changes into the project management approval ecosystem. Sometimes you can say CCB, so a change control board and project steering committee. Recognize the impact of scope management on the project success. And the competencies, so definitely we will be the expert of managing scope and defining scope. Documentation for project scope and change management regarding scope or anything during the project implementation of the project management. The stakeholder communication for scope adjustment, because whenever any change will occur, you have to communicate with the stakeholders again to adjust and readjust this. So maybe I'm going a bit slow, but don't worry. Module 5 will help us to understand the project planning. What planning? Schedule management. So whenever we'll have the full scope, we will just estimate our time against every scopes, my dear friend, that we listed and approved. The total time, summation of the total time, we estimate this is the project schedule. 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, it doesn't matter. So we'll be master of this, how we will calculate time. What is the critical path? What is the longest path? And what is the shortest possible way to complete the project? Early start, early finish, we will discuss all the things under schedule. We will have this skills, realistic timeline, my dear friend. So no cost extension, other thing is very bad for project management. Learn resource allocation. And we will also learn under the scope, so the crashing, milestone we are going to achieve. So I already talked about critical path. So competencies, fluency in project schedule tools, Gantt chart, other chart, Kanban board, that we're going to show our result for the project requirement chart covering all the period of the project time. And the time management and resource planning, critical path analysis with detail, float time, free float, others. So risk anticipation in scheduling. What are the risks we can anticipate during schedule? If schedule is delayed, your scope will be delayed, your budget will be increased. Your deliverable also will be delayed to your stakeholders. So the project is, maybe the cost it is, yes. Excuse me, my voice a bit down today. So cost is the most important thing, the financial management and the budgeting of your detailed project. What is the cost? And it is important to manage a cost-efficient project all the way around the world. So we will have the total understanding, the key principle of project cost management, estimating project cost, all the techniques we will learn, similar project, We are learning from previous. So that may be top-down approach, bottom-up approach. We are going to apply benchmarking other things that same project we have. So let's replicate it. And budget tracking and adjustment. What is resource? What is management budget? And what is project budget? What is the contingency that we are going to put against every activities or not? And gain insight into cost control mechanism. You have to control your cost again. So an earned value management is important with these three: scope, schedule, and budget. So cost estimation accuracy, 75%, 25%, whatever we have with global gold standard. Budgeting in financial planning, financial monitoring and reporting, decision making in cost adjustment. It is very important. It also has a very good relationship with the procurement. Procurement here. So this module will help us to be a manager of the procurement, how to manage a vendor, select a vendor, work with a vendor, contract management, negotiation, agreement. These are the very essential part of this. So every stage of procurement, selection criteria of a vendor, and how to bid, rebid, bid management, contract management, negotiation, and of course, procurement risk management, vendor and supplier assessment, contract negotiation and management that we will have under our competencies, strategic sourcing and procurement. It is very, very important. Local source, international source, risk assessment in the procurement also very important. Risk is one of the things that it is situated. It have a very good relationship with every knowledge management domain area. So communication, my dear friend, communication is the basic for a project manager. So we're going to be the master of communication with this module. So we'll be able to communicate with all the stakeholders associated with the project at local level, project management level, and the higher level, and the decision-making level. So this is strategy we will be able to prepare by our own for a project. And it will help us to effectively implement the project along with the stakeholders. So we'll be the master of communication strategy for project success with the learning objective. So resource management technique will help, will be very efficient if we have a very good communication skills. And we can understand our stakeholder engagement and requirement, how they want to be communicated. We will also have the knowledge. And if we have this knowledge and insight, we can easily communicate with them according to their requirement or preferred methods. Develop a skill in conflict resolution within teams, and competencies, effective communication and presentation is very, very important. Resource allocation and tracking, stakeholder engagement and management, and conflict management and team coordination. And gradually, with your efficient communication, you will be a collaborative leader, my dear friend. This is the best leadership practice in the world nowadays. So monitoring evaluation for your project and the quality management. So monitoring starts when the project conceives. So you will be able to monitor your project. You will be able to apply all the tools and techniques, how to collect information and data from your project for your monitor. And of course, with a view to assessing, that is evaluation. As if you can assess your project in the middle or in the beginning or at the end. As if you have the chances to rectify your project if it is in the middle. And it will be happening throughout the project life cycle. And the objective, understanding the importance of project monitoring is very important. Evaluation project success, and tools and techniques for not only evaluation, but also assessment. Develop quality management strategies, recognize methods for ensuring continuous improvement. Plan, do, check, act. Plan, do, check, act is called continuous improvement. This is Deming theory. So monitoring and evaluation skills we will have after this, session as competencies, quality management principle, plan, do, check, take, cost of conformance, cost of non-conformance. What are the things we are going to apply as training part or equipment or blah, blah, blah. It will save our money and of course name and fame. And if we do cost of non-conformance after being failed, we are going to recover. It will be total loss of money, business loss, rework, and the risk. Problem solving for project improvements. Of course, monitoring will give you the insight how to solve your existing problem. So risk management, my dear friend, what is the concept of risk? Negative? No. Risk is an event. It might happen or might not. So it's positive and negative. We will have all the subtle things of risk, how to assess risk, how to manage risk, how to monitor risk. This is very, very important with a view to mitigating and project risk with the contingency planning and other things. And we will be able to distinguish what is risk from issue from risk. These are very connective and overlap things. Identify potential project risk, learn risk assessment techniques, develop risk mitigation strategies, the risk register, qualitative risk analysis, quantitative risk analysis. So of course the risk management and mitigation technique, that if it is negative, if it is positive, what are the things you are going to apply or technique you are going to apply. Understand the role of contingency planning, my dear friend. So competence, the risk identification and assessment you will be able to do. Contingency planning is very important and management that you will learn. Risk response strategy with the specific role you are going to assign for your project member. Decision making under uncertainty. So we are very close to it. International project management. So how one project is managed internationally, what are the norms? So including culture, legal, logistic aspects, and other procurement, all the things we are going to apply on the project planning and execution on a global scale. Recognizing culture difference and their impact on the project. Different team, different culture, different skills. Understand legal and regulatory requirements in global project. Develop strategies for managing a remote and diverse team. So learn methods for overcoming logistical challenges in international projects. So the competencies, cultural awareness and adaptation will be increased. The adaptability will also increase. We are gonna be agile whenever we will have the ability to manage an international project. Knowledge of international regulations and compliance, different culture, different country, different laws, different rules, cross-functional team management, global communication and negotiation skills definitely will develop as a competency. So perhaps this is the last, module, that project closing, reporting, and auditing. How to close it? It's not very easy. Opening is very easy, but closing is not very easy. So final module focus on the process and effective closing project, including final report, audits, and post-project evaluation to ensure that project objectives have been met. Lessons learned are documented well as the project repository. So, and the objective, essentially steps of closing, we learn all. So comprehensive project reporting techniques we learn, and definitely develop skills in auditing and evaluating project success, and even how to say goodbye to your colleague, how to finish their job, and the farewell and the completion and the celebration event. So these are very integral part of project closing. Recognizing the importance of lessons learned for further or future project and the competencies. So we'll be an expert on closure and finalizing skills. And reporting and documentation. So auditing and other, compliance verification. So also analytical skills, project evaluation, and other things. So, my dear friend, thank you very much. This is the module and the content I have. So if you have any questions, so anything you want to you want to know from the project management module and system and other things, so definitely I'm here and I will be happy and privileged to answer you if I can. Thank you very much. So it is over to you, Mr. Nazmul or Tawhid. Anyway.
Yeah, hi, sir. Thank you very much. I hope people have understood regarding the modulation part that will be covered in this program.